Petty may be known as the King, but today he's more like the Dean. Let's meet Richard's pupils for today's session. Sean Patrick Flannery, an actor and a race car driver. Sean has had experience behind the wheel at several celebrity races. Most likely to star in a remake of Son of Starsky and Hutch? John Graham, the president of Daytona International Speedway, most likely to invite Richard Petty to dinner. Leo Hindery, the president of Telecommunications Incorporated. After this experience, he'll surely want to sponsor a NASCAR team in 1998. Eddie Alterman, a journalist for Automobile Magazine. You think he may write a nice article about the school? Roger Williams, executive vice president and chief operating officer of Speedvision, most likely to try Frank Hawley's drag racing school next, for free. Roy Bollinger, vice president of marketing for Safety Clean Corporation, most likely to spill oil on the track. And finally, Bob Scanlon, the vice president of programming and production for Speedvision, most likely to do a show on racing with the Baywatch cast. Stay tuned. Up next, the students hit the classroom.
This Speedvision program is brought to you by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Call 1-800-RENT-A-CAR. Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Why do I rent from Enterprise? Very simple. No stress.
We'll be happy to
They arrange to pick me up free, so I don't have to ask anyone for a ride. See? No stress. Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
If you've ever wondered what it's like to actually drive a Winston Cup race car, I got good news for you. Hi, I'm Richard Petty. At my schools, you'll drive a real Winston Cup style stock car at one of the best racetracks in America. Our expert staff and professional drivers will acquaint you with the track, the safety gear, and the car. Then you'll take your turn behind the wheel, run some laps, and then receive personal feedback when you get back in the pit. For more information, call 1-800-BE-PETTY.
Time to get out in the yard and get to the Craftsman Lawn and Garden Sale at Sears. Pick up America's most powerful mower, just $2.99. Sears' lowest price of the year. The Craftsman Lawn and Garden Sale. Now that makes anything possible.
The jobs of tomorrow are here. Thousands of them waiting to be filled. But you have to know the fields they're in, and you have to have what it takes to master those fields. Because you can't get the jobs of tomorrow until you get the skills of today. Start by calling ITT Technical Institute. We'll send you an informative brochure on tomorrow's careers and what it takes to get them. Call 1-800-942-0099.
Welcome back to school with the Richard Petty Driving Experience. Never before has Daytona hosted a driving school on its historic grounds until it opened its doors to the King and his pupils. Now let's head to the classroom.
We want to welcome everybody to Daytona International Speedway and really to the Richard Petty driving experience. It's kind of a new venture for us here at Daytona. We're kind of sort of learning a little bit, and you know, we welcome you all to come to be real rookies here at Daytona. Our first experience in a track this big, mile and a half, the biggest we've been, so you know, we figured if we've got a first-class operation, we need to come to a first-class track and show everybody really what the Richard Petty driving experience is all about. Hopefully that you know, everything will go good and everybody will have a good day of experience that they can talk about. Hey, I've run Daytona Speedway along with all the great names that have been here and won races and stuff and run races. So you know, with that, I think I'll just turn it over to Rick and let him give you some instruction on really what to expect today.
The biggest thing with these cars is not to make sudden adjustments, especially at the speed that you're traveling.
If you need to release these seat belts, John, you just put your finger on the latch and pop up.
And as Richard said, we're extremely grateful and excited about being here at Daytona International Speedway. It's going to be able to give you an insider's look and be able to let us showcase what our school is all about. Today, what you're going to participate in is the wide range. We're going to start out doing what we call our rookie experience, learn to run at the slower speeds, and then as we go on, we're going to get into more of the advanced training and the advanced teaching of the schools and driving on a super speedway.
The hot tip of the day is look as far down that racetrack as you can. The bigger the racetrack gets, the further ahead you got to look. So as we walk out the door, take a peek, see how far away it all is, and just remember that's what you got to do. Because we are a long way from the next corner, we've got to look down that racetrack as far as you can look. So let's move out to the van and we'll go to school.
Could you repeat that? I didn't understand a word of that.
Now let's take a look at the track. The Daytona International Speedway is a 2.5-mile tri-oval that's 40 feet wide. The students will get a full curriculum in the classroom, but there's no experience that can be the same as the experience these drivers will get while sitting in the hot seat. Every racetrack has a groove or fastest line to follow all the way around it to run the quickest lap time. For example, at Daytona, you're out along the wall on the front straightaway, then pull the car down low entering turn 1. As you traverse the section between 1 and 2, the car slowly begins to drift out to the outside wall. You let the car have its head as it moves on out to take the high line down the back straightaway. By now, the adrenaline level is on overload. Check your gauges, make sure everything's okay, and here we go. Time to set up for turn 3. As you're getting to the end of the backstretch, you begin pulling the car back down low to the inside line or the low line through turns 3 and 4. Then as you complete the lap, coming off of turn 4 onto the straightaway, let the car drift back out to the wall again. Later in the show, the students will get an up-close look at the track when one of the Richard Petty driving instructors gives them a tour around the tri-oval, up close and personal. Stay tuned. We'll be back to school with more of the Richard Petty driving experience.
Everyone at Motor Trend magazine is driven. Driven to give you the best. Driven to find everything new and exciting. Driven to showcase the best new trends. And driven to save. Call right now and we'll send you a free issue when you subscribe to 1 year of Motor Trend. That's a savings of 71% off the cover price. We're driven to bring you the most exciting news about the most exciting articles written today. Call right now to reserve your free issue. Motor Trend, driven to give you the best and driven to save. Call right now to reserve your free issue.
This happens here and only here. You get every race, every moment live. This week, it's live coverage of the Formula One Monaco Grand Prix. Speedvision, the Formula One season. How can you stay away?
You know, these days, lots of deodorants are talking antibacterial protection. It's not about that at all. It's about whose deodorant lasts longer. High endurance. Old Spice guarantees it. If you want odor protection that really lasts, High endurance exceeds the need.
The future of sports journalism in America? You're looking at it. Overly dramatic lighting.
Welcome back to the Richard Petty driving experience. The next lesson goes from the classroom to the track and a van ride around the course. Now let's join our students and instructor, Barry Graham.
We'll start on our way out. The first thing to do
is get yourself in a comfortable position with your hands on the steering wheel. So we're going to use a hand position around about 11 o'clock and about 4 o'clock. What that allows us to do is turn the steering wheel at a very gentle rate. The hot tip for the day is everything you do as smooth as possible. Smooth with the steering wheel, smooth with the gas pedal, smooth with the clutch pedal. And then the car will be happy, you'll feel good, and it'll just all flow along. We won't actually go up on the racetrack at the moment because we'll have to carry some sort of speed in the van to make sure we stay up there. You'll see around the top of the racetrack there's a white mark that's part of the racetrack. We've come along and we've placed some temporary line marking tape in the middle of the track. Right. What we want you to do is basically run your right-hand side tyres over that mark. And the bigger the racetrack, the further ahead you need to look. Right? I'm going to be out there in front of you in another car, and you're going to be following it somewhere around about 6 to 8 car lengths, right? But don't try and focus on the back of my car. I'm only there as a sort of a pull along, like I'm giving you the rabbit something to chase, right? Or you're chasing the rabbit. White marks are. In other words, what we're doing is we're playing a puzzle. We're going to connect all the dots together. The further we look ahead, the smoother we'll be able to apply that steering to make that happen. But, you know, having that car out in front of you will give you that comfort level that, you know, you can see where he is. If you know, the main thing that I'm saying is don't really focus on him. Look past him. See where he's heading. See where you need to be heading before you get there. Down the back straightaway here, about a sort of car width off the wall. You know, we're going to run probably the first lap around about 3,500 RPM. Then the next lap we'll kick it up to 4,000 RPM. Then we'll take it to 4,200, 4,500, 5,000, slowly move it up through the range. What I'm trying to achieve is I'm trying to run my right side tyres on the white dots. Next part of the course, you'll see we've got an orange cone where the white line's running at right angles to the wall. We've got another white mark, there's the striped line. Where I'm looking now, though, is I'm looking down about where that pickup truck's parked in front of the Daytona sign. I'm going to run over this white mark here with my left front wheel.
With your left front?
Yep. I'm going to straddle that line this time. And this is why we're going to go out and walk before we run, to give you an idea so you can see how I'm using the racetrack to the best advantage, right? After we receive the checkered flag, we'll come down the back straightaway here, and you'll see I'll start moving away from the wall. I'll start signalling like so. There's no stoplights. These are the stoplights. We're just going to start to slow up, move down onto the apron here. Any questions, guys?
I think that's pretty clear. Good instructions.
Well, as I said, it gets a lot easier. Once you've been out there and done it, then we can talk about it more, because I'm at a great advantage over you guys at the moment. I have experienced it and you haven't, so let's go and do it.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Well, this is Villeneuve pink.
Yeah.
Yep. And this is the color of my 1963 Piaggio Vespa that put me through college. And this is my homage to Richard Petty with my initials, Sean Patrick Flannery, in the King's bright and shiny colors. That's it, man. So I want to be in constant contact with the King when I'm on the high banks there, you know. I lifted and the back end is in front of me. What should I do? I just want to hear that, Cole. We got a special set of match tires. I'm dropping the hammer, Cole. Is that a hysterical flag you ever saw?
A movie great.
Yeah, exactly.
One of the all-time...
She'll hold, Cole. She'll hold. I'm dropping the hammer. He's going 180, drops the hammer, and it, like, pulls the front wheels off the ground.
Afterburner.
I know, man.
job taking us?
To buy a copier or printer. Maybe both.
Ooh,
Yeah, Mom owns her own business.
that's a very important job.
And she's really fussy about getting a good deal. This could take forever.
This'll help.
What's this?
It's the number for a rebate on a Xerox digital copier printer. It'll save the day.
Oh, no.
So many choices.
Hey! Mom, look.
Xerox. Digital quality copies, digital reliability, the built-in laser printer, too. $4.49 for Xerox. Wow.
The rebate.
Oh, yeah. Some guy at address said call this number for a rebate.
Rebate? That means it's only $3.99.
Jimmy, this is not a dress.
Yeah, right.
Get a $50 rebate certificate only by calling 1-800-392-4701.
Welcome back. Our students are just about to get behind the wheel for their first run. It's gut-wrench time, and I would say our drivers are just a bit nervous.
I'm not sure if it's a good thing, but they got the shift pattern on the dash in case you forget where the gears are.
I think Jeff just always has that.
Yeah, I know, In case he's driving, he's, well, I'm going to put it in fourth, but, oh, yeah, it's straight back. Yeah, fourth gear would be straight back.
Hey, Scanlon. Scanlon, how fast do you think you're going to go once we get started in this thing?
About 380.
Think that fast, huh?
And I'll put it in fourth gear.
Well, I'll be on your tail for a little while, then I'll be in front of you.
Okay. Just the perception of speed, I mean, 200 miles an hour on an enclosed circuit with concrete walls has got to be something that's a bit unnerving,
A little bit different than what you're used to.
Yeah, a tad bit different, No threshold braking on a Daytona Super Speedway, This would be good fun, though.
Oh, okay.
You can reach him, no problem.
You want a pad? I got a small pad I can stick behind your back. Might
Yeah,
get
if you just got a little ass pad, that'd be great.
Can't reach anywhere now.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright. Have you never driven a stock car before?
No.
Okay, good. We'll just go over what they talked about in the van ride while you're getting ready there. As I told you, that's the oil light.
Okay.
If that comes on any time, just shut the car down. Middle switch shuts everything down. Just pop it, put it in neutral, and coast your stock. Go ahead and put the car in first gear there. There's the first gear light that they told you about. The only time you want to see that is when you're leaving pit road.
Okay.
And when you go to put it in third, just make sure it's not on.
Got it.
All right. Go ahead and get strapped in there, or finish up. And
Better just throw the helmet on then before I throw the gloves on.
might need that, but you gotta have it out here.
Man, this steering wheel is in my face. This is just bizarre.
It's good though. You want it right there, so it's nice and close to you because you got 3,400 pounds.
You put your arms outside the...
Yeah.
Wow, that's just bizarre feeling.
Well, enjoy yourself out there. Have fun. I'm sure you will.
Thank you.
Better than anything you've ever done?
That was pretty darn cool.
Hello, guys.
That was fun. that
big old place, ain't it?
Yeah, it is huge. Yeah, it's amazing how fast you can go. And the bank corner, there's just almost, which I'm sure there's not, but it seems like there's just unlimited traction. I mean, it just seems.
There is to a certain extent. I mean, you know, it's like anything else. You get up in the 200-mile-an-hour bracket.
Yeah.
You know, anything happens then, but 180 or 90 mile an hour, you got all kinds of traction.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And in Winston Cup car, is it flat, or do you just breathe a bit, or, I mean, like during a race?
Wide open.
It's wide open, really. It's flat.
Yeah, we run wide open when they run 210 mile an hour. You know, on the average lap.
Yeah.
And you just flat-footed it.
Yeah.
Then after the tires would get in and get where you had to sort of feather out of it or whatever do it. But now with the plates and stuff, they run 190, 95 mile an hour.
To the floor. Feels pretty darn speedy though, man.
It does, I'm sure. Once coming out of the turns, especially probably coming through here is where it feels the fastest, isn't it? Coming through 4 and through the trial. So where have you done races before?
A lot of road courses. Yeah.
Not a lot of high-speed stuff like this?
Well, a lot of open wheel. Yeah. I mean, but you know, you're talking about threshold braking and stuff. Sure. Nothing flat at all.
Yeah.
You know. So, I mean, the fastest I've ever been is probably about 165. Really. But you know, you get there and you're downshifting, you know, into a hairpin, and then you're upshifting. Right.
Homeowners, if your lawn is too big for an ordinary walk-behind mower and you'd rather walk than ride, call now for your free catalog all about the revolutionary DR46 all-terrain lawnmower. This Pro-Style DR mows an amazing 46 inches wide and has big power-driven wheels and front-mounted casters for easy turning and maneuvering. With 4 speeds, you can mow wide-open areas fast or slow down for precision trimming. There's even power reverse for backing out of tight spots. The DR has the power to mow tall grass and can mow slopes and wet areas where you'd never take a rider. So if you're tired of spending all day mowing and you'd rather not sit down on the job, call now for all the facts about the DR46 lawnmower. Call toll-free 1-800-356-8383 for your big free package all about the DR46 all-terrain lawnmower, plus special savings now in effect. That's 1-800-356-8383 for free DR details.
This May on the Outdoor Life Network, the rattle and hum of biking action reaches a roar with the European Spring Classics and World Cup mountain biking. Then Adventure Quest makes tracks across southern Chile's highest ground. Plus, the great outdoorsman explores a new season of wild experiences and find out what's making environmental waves at a notorious California surf spot. All May on OLN. Call your local cable operator at 1-800-OUTDOOR.
Welcome back to school with the Richard Petty Driving Experience. How would you like to be Jeff Gordon or Richard Petty for just one day? The roar of the crowd, the media, your sponsors. It's a world of hard hats, hot tires, and throbbing engines. Well, our host, John Graham, who spends his days as president at Daytona, got the thrill of a lifetime as a genuine race car driver.
Okay, what are we doing this first time around? First time around, just getting your following distance established with the instructor. And he's just going to start out around 3,500 RPMs in 4th gear and try to build the speed from there. Okay, so he'll be watching you and he'll be listening to the flagman, and as long as you look comfortable, he'll start picking up the pace each and every lap. Okay? All right.
I had a very good lunch, but I don't anticipate it'll be my last meal. That's very good instruction. I'm ready to go.
The
The state of stock car racing to me is at an extremely high level, and I think is going to go higher because of a number of things. One, speed. Speed in any sport is appealing. And in auto racing, I'll draw a comparison. We revere fastball pitchers in baseball, and I'm a sports fan of all kinds. I'm a baseball fan as well. The fastest fastball pitchers in baseball throw it around 95, 100 miles an hour. The stock cars on the super speedways are going at twice that speed. Well, you do that one time by yourself and you gain even more respect for these guys that come out here every week and do it, 40 of them that close together.
For a few hours.
That is terrific. And I feel a lot of times like I feel getting off an airplane, not only maybe that I've gone that fast, but also, boy, it was a great thrill now that it's over. Yeah. It was wonderful. Oh, the times are pretty slow, but they were increasing with every lap.
That's exactly what we want to see, is going from, 150 and then just bringing it down gradually. It picked up a lot after the first lap, and then it was a steady progression from there. So that's
101, 113, 117, 125, 132, 137.
And then the RPMs reflect that. Yeah. If we can get the students to pick up the speed without really noticing a big increase all at once.
I think there is one other factor that is making this sport really grow, and that is that the race car drivers themselves, the heroes, are genuinely good people. I have watched them on TV for years and thought, boy, they sound so humble and they give credit to everybody else for what they do, and they seem like such down-to-earth people, and I wonder if they're really that way. Well, they are. Did you get to a point in your career where you just lost any apprehension? You went out there?
I never had any.
Never had any to begin with?
First time I ever sit down in a race car. It was just something else to do, okay? I mean, I'd worked on the cars, I'd built motors, I'd built cars, I'd painted cars, drove them to the racetrack, done everything except drive. And I said, okay, this is next. So jumped in the car and took off. Well, I became a race fan when I came to my first Daytona 500 in 1978, and actually it was to the qualifying. The first time I came onto the track, I'll never forget it. I had my 6-year-old son, John, with me, and we walked through one of the walkways out to the fence. It was during qualifying, and a car was on the backstretch, going at about 200 miles an hour, I guess, and it all seemed very quiet to us, and we walked out near the fence, and the car came by, and the sensation was unbelievable at how fast it went by, and my son jumped several feet, literally. And I went and picked him up thinking that it had psychologically damaged him somehow, but his eyes were riveted on that car. He never took them off the car, and he and I have been race fans ever since. All right, I need to see that printout this time now. How was that?
That felt much faster and was much more comfortable, too. Which I guess shows this school does work. On an annual basis, we have a little more than 1 million people here. We are trying to make it a racing fan's heaven. The memorabilia fan will be able to go and experience plenty of racing history, and of course we'll have annually the car that won the Daytona 500 in the preceding race will be on display. My favorite part of the planning is the interactive part where the fan can actually go get into a simulated racing car and experience the Daytona 500 from behind the wheel. take this. Let's see, the first lap was 101 miles an hour, and the last one was 166 miles an hour.
Well, that's a good progression.
Yeah, and felt good doing it, too. I can now truthfully say that I have really run, at my home track of Daytona.
Explosive, unrelenting, death-defying, the most intense collection of heart-stopping crash action just got better. Now, for a very limited time, get the hottest-selling Crash series ever, Crash Impact and Crash Impact 2, together for the first time at a hot new price of only $19.95. This special 4-volume set is jam-packed with incredible, non-stop, blazing crash action from around the world. Motocross, outlaws, superbikes, Indy cars, stock cars, monster trucks, Grand Prix, and more. You've never seen extreme action like this for a price this low. Don't miss out. You get all 4 sensational tapes for the unbelievable price of only $19.95. That's right, Crash Impact 1 and 2. All 4 tapes, a $40 value for only $19.95. But only if you order now.
To order, call 1-800-730-4499. That's 1-800-730-4499. Or send $19.95 plus $5.95 shipping and handling to the address on your screen.
She's managing her time right down to the dime with Sprint. Because now it's just a dime a minute on calling card calls, on calls to your Sprint 800 number, and all calls from home. Call 1-8775-CONTACT and switch to Sprint. You can't control everything, but you can make the most of your time. Isn't that the point of Contact? Switch now for a dime every time. Call toll-free 1-8775-CONTACT.
Sean Patrick Flannery has become a fixture in the world of celebrity racing. He's an accomplished and passionate actor who has now found a second love.
I fell in love with racing. I got the opportunity to do a celebrity race about 3 years ago. My passion train is bifurcated now, racing and acting. And anytime anybody gives me an opportunity to step behind the wheel of a car, a race car, I'll cancel stuff to do it. And this is one opportunity. I mean, it's a Daytona Super Speedway, you know, it's Winston Cup cars. And I'm in the 24 car. You know, it's, I'd kill to do this stuff. If you ever have the opportunity to do this, jump at it, you know? I mean, it's a kick in the butt. I mean, it's something everybody should experience. It's more fun than anybody should be allowed to have without a girlfriend in the car. Imagine whenever you do get to the limit of adhesion, it gets pretty damn scary, pretty damn quick, you know? I could do that all day, though, man. That is a ball.
When you get running 220 mile an hour dropping off in it, it feels like the bank's this way.
Yeah, exactly.
You go in there and it thinks, yeah. I mean, ain't no way it could do this.
Yeah. We were in the van going about 75, and it felt like we were going to tip over and roll down to the infield. Yeah. You know? We're going 75 miles an hour, and it was staying. I'm like, this is bizarre that it's staying. Because it feels, to me, like it's about to roll over into the infield, you know?
Go fall to the inside.
Yeah. It's bizarre, man.
They are door-to-door in the dog leg. They touch, coming to the triangle down the line. It's Richard Petty by a foot. Petty wins his 200th career NASCAR victory.
Richard Petty, my fondest memory is the 2-foot beat of Cale Yarborough, probably. Start-finish line. Absolutely amazing.
It's really hard to describe a perfect lap anywhere. You can describe where you're supposed to be, where you want to be, and you can be there. A lot of times your speeds are not what you want to be. So I would say there's not a real perfect lap. You know, you go down the straightaway here, you want to be next to the inside, you drift out against the wall. Going in 1, you want to be back to the inside. Coming off the 2, you want to go back to the outside, stay against the wall all the way down the back stretch. You come back to the inside through 3 and 4, move back to the wall, you know, and back to the inside. That's really the groove on the racetrack. But, you know, to make a perfect lap is when you're faster than everybody else.
So how do you think the King would
critique your performance today?
He would say, here's Sean at standstill, here's Sean at 180. That's what he would say. And I'd go, you're right, King, you're right. Because you know me and the King go way back. When I coached him when he took Kale at start-finish, that was all me. Not a lot of people know that. It's an interesting trivia question, though. Huge area of difference between open wheel and Winston Cup racing. Open wheel formula car racing and road courses, there's a lot going on. There's downshifting, there's upshifting, there's threshold braking, there's weight transfer. At least on the super speedway here, it's pretty much flat all the way around the track, and drafting comes into play. And instead of reducing and increasing the radius of the corner by outside, inside, outside, you pretty much stay tuned to the radius of the corner. You stay mid-track, right on the level of the banking to get around to the corner. It's really unnerving, and your perception of speed is quite distorted on a super speedway like this, because I mean you get a certain degree of vertigo. I mean you're going around the corner at close to a 45-degree angle. Then when you get on the straightaway, it really appears like the earth is kind of tilting. It's absolutely bizarre. And I mean the speeds are something you can't even comprehend. 160 on the 101 back in LA probably would seem like 1,000 miles an hour, but out here, you know, it's so wide open. It feels like you're going 55 on the freeway, you know.
How'd the car look?
Oh, she looked fresh. She looked fine. I tell you, with a DuPont coat, we got a 4-coat lacquer on there, and she slipped through. We waxed her up. She's nice and aerodynamic.
How'd the car smell?
It smells nice and good because I had one of them vent fresh, shaped like a Christmas tree, pine, vanilla scent. I had a nice wind going on, so in case I reached and performed a flatulation, it was still smelling nice in the cockpit. Back to you.
One of the main reasons that I fell in love with racing is because it's so similar to acting in that, I mean, you have to be so focused. I mean, the longest race I've been in so far has been about an hour. And I mean, you have a sight picture, and you have an indelible ink marker, and you draw a little circle on that sight picture, and everything outside the circle is black for an hour. And then the minute the checkered flag waves, suddenly you can see again. And it's kind of the same thing with acting. I mean, you're so focused, you're so intense on what's going on, that the minute somebody says cut, and you're back to where you really exist in. But you have to be so focused and so in tune with what's going on, and the movements of the car, and the feel, and translating what a feel is in terms of coming into a corner, that I like that. I like that level of concentration. I love this. It's sick how much I love this, man. I mean, I'll tell you, you know, I wake up at 4 in the morning. I mean, if it's Suzuka is aired live at some ludicrous hour, and I'm in front of the TV with my best friends, you know, if my girlfriend's in town, she's in front of the TV with me. I mean, it's a family affair. I'm addicted to this. I can't kick it. And I don't know. It's kind of sick. You know, you do a celebrity race, and it's like they give you a taste. It's like a pusher. They're like, here, you know what, try this for free. Go on, for free. And then at the end of the season, like, oh, okay, see ya. Go on. We're done. And, you know, you've got to get your fix somewhere. So if somebody calls and says, hey, you want to climb into a Winston Cup car? Fine. You know.
Enterprise, rent a car for my trip? Looks expensive.
It's not expensive, Mom.
They pick us up? Sounds expensive.
Pickup's free, Mom.
Well, if it's not expensive, why didn't I get a convertible?
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
We weren't the first people to discover this place, but we might be the first people to see it all in one day. Yamaha, solid thinking for a liquid world.
So how did I get to be a big shot in sports journalism? Well, it's like anything else in life. It's not who you are, it's who you're related to. I'm Mike Tyson's cousin. No, seriously, why would I make this stuff up? Mike was adopted by his trainer, Cus D'Amato, and Cus's niece, Geraldine, is my Aunt Jerry by marriage, so I'm his cousin. Thanks, Cousin Mike, I appreciate it. Reference to Mike Tyson is not an implied endorsement. Your mileage may vary. Any references to living characters, intentional or otherwise, is dead. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to the Richard Petty Driving Experience. Let's take a closer look at the career of the man who made all of this possible, the king himself, Richard Petty.
Yeah, I mean, really, people say, well, that is not even straightaway. I mean,
in the late 1950s, stock car racing was looking for a new image, a new hero, a new champion of the sport. Richard Lee Petty was the right man, at the right place, at the right time. With a family racing heritage already firmly established, Richard set out to make his own mark. He would accomplish his goals without pretense, with pride in his sport, and pride in where he came from. His impact on the NASCAR record book is indelible. With 200 career wins, his victory total nearly doubles that of any other individual in the sport's history. In 1967, he won 10 consecutive races, 27 total for the season, a record that will never be equaled. In 18 consecutive seasons, he visited Victory Lane, and his career included nearly 1,200 starts. His mark of 7 championships and 7 Daytona 500 wins earned him the title of King. His driving style was smooth and confident, with unprecedented success on the track that spanned 5 decades. But it was his genuine personality off the track that won the hearts of fans. He is as comfortable chatting with children as he is with the president. With his patented smile and wave of his hand, he earned the loyalty of millions. Richard Petty carried the sport of stock car racing from the rural dirt tracks to today's modern superspeedways with style, class, and humility. While he may have taken his final laps of competition at Atlanta in 1992, he continues to have a lasting impact on the sport. His son Kyle became NASCAR Winston Cup stock car racing's first third-generation winner, with Richard's grandchildren awaiting their turn at the wheel. With his ownership of the STP Pontiac, he celebrated Petty Enterprises' 269th victory as car owners last season at Phoenix with Bobby Hamilton at the wheel. He continues today as a respected leader in politics, charity events, and as a commercial spokesman. He will forever be known as the king of stock car racing. At 60, Richard still finds time to share much of the wisdom that has made him an icon of the sport. The Richard Petty Driving School is dedicated to teaching many of his biggest fans just what it is like to get behind the wheel of a state-of-the-art $100,000 Winston Cup stock car at the World Center of Racing, Daytona.
We'll have what's called a rookie school, which is 10 laps. And you get to drive yourself. You follow a pace car, and he kind of controls to make sure you don't get going too fast or too slow. Then we have an all-day school, which consists of 30 laps. And, you get to do it 10 laps, and then they come in and talk to you. You run 10 more laps, talk to you some more, you run another 10 laps. So this is an all-day school. Then for advanced deals, we really teach people what to expect in a race car. Really the first couple of 3 schools that we have are just for the fans, just to get the thrill of being in a Winston Cup car. After that, if you want to be more professional, we get more professional. Then we have a couple of different days. We've got a 1-day school and a 2-day school that would come and really teach you how we think you ought to drive a race car.
Start the car, the middle switch goes up, which turns on the gauges and the ignition. The farthest one to the left cranks the motor over to start it, okay? So we'll put that up and start it. If you had to shut it off in a hurry, for any reason, just put the middle switch down, okay?
Charlotte gives you much more of a G-force going out the passenger side, throwing you against the right side. This year's clearly compressing to the bottom of the car.
Because what the deal is, you got more banking.
Right, you got 33 degrees here.
20 or 30 mile an hour faster,
right.
You still
You're just going right through the bottom of the car.
When you get up to 200 mile an hour, you get
It's only fitting the man called King is holding court at Daytona. Petty has won 7 500s and 10 races overall on NASCAR's most famous track.
First time I came to Daytona was 1959, and at that time you didn't do any testing or anything. You just showed up at the racetrack and run the race. And I can remember coming in the tunnel over in 3 and 4 and pulling out into the infield, and it was the biggest thing I'd ever seen in my life. Darlington was at that time a mile and a quarter track or something. That was the biggest thing we'd ever seen. But there was no buildings on the infield, you know, very few grandstands. It just looked like it just went on and on and on. And I said, man, this is going to be, you know, really something different.
So many of my breaks came at the right time because I was right in when all this stuff started. So I grew up with every bit of it, you know what I mean? All the super speedways and all that. So I got to run all of them the first time they was, except Darlington was the first time they ever opened them up. I run them all.
And I saw you take a pretty wild ride down here toward the end of your career.
88, all them pieces flying, and see, STP used it a bunch for their advertising stuff. Got wheels flying everywhere in the hood with a big STP gun, and it didn't put a scratch on them.
Well, they were
all 2 pieces, man, and then went out on the track, and then here comes some boy hit it and spun it again, more pieces fell off, and I didn't have a scratch, didn't have a blue place, didn't have a bruise, because the car kept moving all the time. It wasn't a deal where it hit something and stopped. It finally just went around and around till it just finally slowed down by itself. It didn't hurt. But Kyle, when he came, he was 18 years old, I guess, and he came down and we tested a couple times. We just rented the track. We came down here. I set the car up, put him in the car, then went out and run in front of him, just like what we do now. Show him the line. We run probably 10 or 15, 20 laps at different times, showing him different lines and stuff, and I picked the speed up a little bit. And then after maybe a half a day, then we turned him loose and said, okay, now you go see what you can do. So he had individual experience deal where, you know, if we have a school, we hope to have more than one driver. But in this deal, it was my teaching him of things that I had learned at Daytona. And then we did that for a couple of days, and then later on, right before the race started, we came back and tested some more. So it wasn't a deal when Kyle Petty won his first race here. It wasn't a deal where he just came down and ran 2 or 3 laps, qualified, and went out and run the race. He probably had 500 or 600 miles on the racetrack before the race ever started. I think the fantasy is saying, they're sitting there and they're watching this and they say, I wonder what it feels like to be out there on this particular racetrack. And the Richard Petty driving experience gives them that fantasy. They can go out and they say, you know, we've run on the same racetrack that a lot of the great race car drivers that won races are run on. So it's not that they're in that class. They don't mean to be. They just say, we've done the same thing they've done.
Down here. Instead of running out for stamps, shouldn't you be running your business? Imagine a simpler way. Get the Personal Post postage meter from Pitney Bowes. Send mail without ever going out for stamps. Just weigh, punch in the postage, and voila. Professionally metered mail and no wasted postage. You can also add a personal message to get your mail noticed. And postage refills by phone in 30 seconds, day or night. Now listen up, because here's what you'll get. Besides a lot more time.
You'll get the postage meter and money-saving electronic scale.
So there's no wasted postage.
For a 90-day free trial.
Free is good.
You'll also get the mail marketer software.
Create really nifty direct mail to help your business grow.
Call now for your 90-day free trial, and you'll also get our mail marketer software absolutely free.
Now watch your business grow. Hey, I look good in red. The Personal Post postage meter from Pitney Bowes. Who else?
Time to get out in the yard and get to the Craftsman Lawn and Garden Sale at Sears. Pick up America's most powerful mower, just $2.99. Sears' lowest price of the year. The Craftsman Lawn and Garden Sale. Now that makes anything possible.
Go, 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 go.
Welcome back to school with the Richard Petty driving experience. After 30 laps behind the wheel at the Daytona International Speedway, our students are starting to feel more at ease. As their confidence increases, so do their speeds. Many have learned the subtle nuances of not only the track, but driving a Winston Cup stock car. In the process, they've also learned a little bit more about themselves. It's a little lonely out there on the edge, but there's no other experience quite like it. It really is the ride of a lifetime. Now let's take a look at how our students fared on the 2.5-mile oval. Leo Hindery led all drivers with a speed of 184.32. Sean Patrick Flannery had the second best time, but certainly the most fun. His best speed was 179.69 miles per hour. Bob Scanlon topped the 170-mile-per-hour barrier with a 172.13. Roger Williams' top speed was at 159.53 miles per hour, a fine run. John Graham narrowly missed the 170-mile-per-hour barrier with a speed of 166.29. Roy Bullinger was fast, too. He topped out at 137.16. Finally, Eddie Alderman cruised around Daytona at 123.14 miles an hour. A great time was had by all. We'll be back with more of the Richard Petty driving experience after this.
The average person takes 10,000 steps every day. That's thousands of pounds of pressure. That's why you need Magnasoles, the new magnetic therapy insoles from Homedics, the leader in magnetic therapy. Just place the customized Magnasoles in any pair of shoes and feel the Magnasoles difference. We guarantee they'll energize your body with every step you step. Look, when your feet hurt, everything hurts. The pain signal travels from your feet to your brain, but Magnasoles produce a powerful magnetic field believed to help increase blood flow and enhance relief of pain. It's the non-medical, drug-free pain treatment.
Magnetic therapy has been very effective in the treatment of pain in my patients.
Best of all, Magnasole's exclusive surface is lined with dozens of massaging nodules to help stimulate and invigorate the soles of your feet. Just as a masseuse stimulates pressure points to reduce pain, Magnasole's acupressure nodules stimulate those same points to restore energy and help relieve pain.
Using Magnasoles is like getting a foot massage every time I walk.
Don't be fooled by TV insoles that only have a few cheap magnets. Magnasole's entire surface is a magnet for complete coverage of every inch of your feet. Magnasoles are lightweight and comfortable and adjust to fit any size shoe or boot. Wear them while you work or play. Wear them every day. Now order Homedics Magnasoles for only $19.95. Through this special TV offer, we'll also include our bonus 20-piece Magna Dot Kit for instant magnetic therapy to any body area. Your gift for trying Magnasoles. We guarantee Magnasoles will bring relief for minor foot pain and fatigue, or you get a money-back refund, no questions asked. Order now.
Energize your body. Call 1-800-482-7799 to order your Magnasoles for only $19.95. Take advantage of this special TV offer and receive your bonus Magna Dots free with your order. Call 1-800-482-7799 and enjoy the benefits of magnetic therapy today.
Welcome back to school with the Richard Petty driving experience. Right now, it's time for some final thoughts.
Well, when I first got here this morning at Daytona International Speedway, I had a tiny bit of knowledge of Winston Cup cars and the drivers. After turning a lap at about 180 miles an hour, I have a new respect for Jeff Gordon, Richard Petty, Dale Earnhardt. Those cats have it down. Drafting at about 180 miles an hour, and when you pull out and you can pass somebody only because there's a lack of air going into the front end of your car, it's something completely unreal. The stagger on the tires, you almost have to input a little bit of right steering to keep it going straight down the straightaway because it's set up to turn left. Absolutely amazing. And instead of lateral acceleration, you feel it press down into the high banking of the corner. I'm glad I went back to school.
Thank you, Sandy. Well, going back to school was even more fun than I thought it was going to be.
I have found out a couple of things, though. One is that I have an even greater appreciation for the drivers who go out and drive at those speeds competitively with 40 other cars on the track, week in and week out, 3 and 4 and 5 hours at a time, and put on such a great show that enables people like me to have business jobs connected with this great sport. And that's the other overriding thought. As much fun as I had today, I really belong in the office. I belong right here with this great facility. You see behind us the statue of Bill and Annie B. France, who started it all, made this possible for all of us. Here is Daytona, USA, the ultimate motorsports attraction. I'd like to invite fans and non-fans alike to come to Daytona, experience Daytona, USA, come to one of our great races at Daytona International Speedway, come visit Daytona. We'll be glad you did, and more importantly, you'll be glad you did. See you at Daytona.
Set of match tires. I'm dropping the hammer, Cole. This is my homage to Richard Petty with my initials, Sean Patrick Flannery, in the King's bright and shiny colors.
I had a very good lunch, but I don't anticipate it'll be my last meal. That's very good instruction. I'm ready to go.
After turning a lap at about 180 miles an hour, I got a newfound respect for Earnhardt, Jeff Gordon, Richard Petty. I'm glad I went back to school.